Good evening. Today, ByeForever suffered a loss to Elite Gaming. I can't be too mad. I can't be too upset because we had pretty solid performance. We had 9 10v10 triples. I personally got a 10v10 6-pack, so I'm pretty amped up about that still. But Elite Gaming just came out better. They just came out performing 10v10 level. They had some pretty fantastic stats. The 10v11, you name it. We'll go over those in a second. Special shout out to Elite Gaming. I know we like to talk a lot of crap, but at the end of the day, hey, you know what? If I'm gonna dish it out, I'm more than man enough to take it as well. So great job, great effort from Elite Gaming. It's always a pleasure to war you guys. And that's, just put this for the record, that's twice in CWL Invite that you guys. I still remember season 2. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop over. Take a look at some of these statistics. Ignore the scoreboard up top. We actually just finished a live stream. I know someone's going to say it in the comments, hey, the score is not right. I just forgot to update the score on the overlay, but the stats are in fact accurate. Those stats are accurate, just not the score itself. So it was 128 to 125. Elite Gaming got the victory in a 7-21-17 breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and put up Benny's attack for this go around. It was a pretty nice attack. All right, so 11v11 level. Both clans went for 3. Elite Gaming, they already had the victory, and when they did the other 2, so they had one initially, I believe it was, and then they just started hitting 11s once they sealed the deal there. Whereas we needed those 11s, so neither side was successful on that front. Dips, we did fail one dip, which is very unfortunate for us. We went 10 for 11. Elite Gaming was successful. They went perfect. They went 11 for 11. So shout out to Elite Gaming's 11s on that aspect of it. 10v11 is where we kind of struggled a bit. We went 5 for 13. 5 for 13, which is a 38% hit rate, which it's not necessarily terrible, especially when you have 7 11s to clear. I mean, that in itself is tough. You know, that's if you went 50%, it's what, 14 hits. Anyway, Elite Gaming went 7 for 9, which is fantastic. That's a 78% 10v11 hit rate. So Elite Gaming's 10s, their 10v11 team was on fire. I think, honestly, I have a feeling that has a lot to do with why they pushed for this breakdown. So they get a little more 11s in there. They know their 10s can do it. And then the 10v10 team, I myself got that 6-pack, like I said before. We went 9 for 29, which is in fact a 31% hit rate. Elite Gaming went 10 for 33. 10 for 33, which is a 30% hit rate. Fantastic effort. And I don't have the stat up here for the 9s. 9v9, we actually had an 85% hit rate. We only failed like 3 9s. We went 17 for 20, which is shout out to ByeForever Town Hall 9s out there watching. That's an 85% hit rate. 9v9 is fantastic. Elite Gaming went 71%. They went 17 for 24, which is also, I would say that's above average. You know, that's still good too. So you know, a decent amount of scouts were made available for both sides, which is fantastic. The number of attacks total was 90 for 90 on both sides. Like I said, I don't have it like quite up there yet. Normally I do, but for stream purposes, I actually like to have the breakdown how it says 300 is 311s, 010s, 09s left. That's more for the guys who are watching the coverage live. And if you don't already, make sure you follow me over at twitch.tv/Scottoria, and you can catch these wars live. We do them. I like to do the very beginning. I do my attacks, and then we do the very end after I do my second attack on stream sometimes. It's kind of dependent on how tight the war is. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get that zoomed in view, and we're going to take a look at these 10v10 triples. We didn't have any 11v11s this war, so we're going to kind of focus a bit more on the 10v10 level. All right, so I like to start from the top down. So we're going to kick off with, let's take a look here. Who was our number 1? Jazz and James. Okay, it was JJ hitting TT's base. TT was actually the one that hopped over and guest starred on our fantasy show. This is what we call the jelly donut here. I'm actually about to make a YouTube video on this attack, this new meta that was invented as well for my boy Steve from ByeForever. I call this the Skelly Donut. The Skelly Donut. As you can see here, he drops the raid, drops 6 Skelly spells. It takes out the clan castle, both heroes and a sweeper. Possibly could have grabbed this other sweeper as well. And it essentially, I'm going to hit pause real quick. It essentially makes a donut out of the base. It guts the core like this, and it's just a circle all the way around, establishing that pathing. You can either run a Lalo afterward, or what you generally kind of see. You can even run hogs too, but I feel like Lalo is more of the prevalent one, especially because you're taking out those air sweepers generally, as well as the heroes and clan castle troops. Because if you destroy the clan castle, guys, before the troops are actually released, a lot of people don't know this, but if you destroy the clan castle before the troops are released, that actually destroys the troops that are inside of it, so they'll never be released. So that's a lot of the reasoning behind doing that. And as you can see, the Sui heroes essentially carving the C into the base here and allowing for even better pathing coming out of his loons. And then they cycle up from the 1 o'clock all the way over to the 9. It's trickling him in. He's got 2 more hastes on standby. And it just becomes speed. Is what it comes down, what it boils down to. Gets a couple more CC hound and loons. Man, my English is just terrible today. Trickling in toward that second to the last Wizzy Tower. He does not have a heal, guys. Bear in mind. He's going to go ahead and hold on to that final haste for the loons to path their way into that final section of the base. So he's looking pretty healthy thus far. Do a ×2 here. And boom. We're going to go ahead and see the last one being dropped. Gets a fantastic split from those loons. And they just clear the rest of the base here. Boom. Nice triple, man. Nice triple. Jazz and James. I woke up in the morning to that attack, and I was like, wow. That's what I like to see. Alright, so Tyrant Trowley was able to pick up one as well. What's kind of a special note here, guys, you actually see 2 miners in the troop comp here, which is kind of neat. Used to help clean up. A lot of times you get those core buildings like storages, Dark Elixir storage, CC, and whatnot. You drop a miner or 2 to help get in there and help take it out instead of relying on the hogs, which could potentially trigger some kind of traps and whatnot between where they're located and where that building is to take out for cleanup. So you're going to start seeing that, become a little bit more prevalent, as well as the high damage output that you see from them. So the Queen opens up with the walk. He's got 4 wall breakers, 5, 6, I think it was. I didn't miss the count. He is successful in getting the initial entry here. He had a couple extra just in case. You never know. I mean, I'm the same way. I like to bring a couple extra wall breakers just because, hey, if a wall breaker fail will mean the triple or the not triple at the end of the day. So the Queen cuts in. We're going to see the radius here from the enemy Archer Queen, and then she should be locking up on the enemy Barbarian King here momentarily as well. See, with it right just on the edge of the range as she picks off that Expo, you really can't ask for better pathing from your Queen than that. And it even pulls the clan castle troops right before having to deal with the heroes. So that's perfect. Wow. Since when does a Queen ever work like that for anyone else? That is pretty nice. Alright, so he sends the wizard in to help kind of pop that hound and help clear out some of those pups. They're going to go ahead and start tagging his healers as well as the Queen. He goes ahead and drops the rage as she finishes up the pups, gets a little bit of a recharge from her healers, and then she passes her way into the bolt of the heroes. He goes ahead and drops the poison to go ahead and weaken them up, especially since she has to take them on both at the same time. That's going to be big there. And she starts gutting the core, and he starts his hog run. He drops a couple up by the 12, so that way they can kind of start establishing that funnel there. He has 3 defensive buildings up there by the town hall, so that way once the main force starts hitting their way over by the 1 o'clock Inferno Tower, they start linking up and they can all take advantage of that heal spell he drops. He's going to go ahead and start getting ready to place that second heal spell, which he does right before triggering that giant bomb next to the Inferno Tower, and gets a couple more flanking hogs over by the 10, so that way he doesn't get too bad of a split. As you can see, when 1-2 hogs splits from the main pack, a lot of times that becomes worse than it should be, because then you start losing hogs, your main force gets weaker, and then speed is always of the essence. When it comes to hogs, speed is a must, because they're not necessarily the most strongest of HP troops, so they need to clear defenses faster than defenses can clear them. They trigger a giant bomb there at the end. Luckily they're healthy enough. They had just soaked up a heal spell. We do a ×4 here for the cleanup, and Tyrant Trowley Was in fact successful. Nice attack, man. Nice attack, dude. And my boy Thief here, picking up a 10v10 triple. Thief, one of the air gods out there. Hitting Robbie, aka Rayan. Shout out to Rayan. Getting tripled as well. He tripled my base, so. Alright. Thief open up with the bowler bounce. Got his archer, got his minion, helping establish funnel. And patience, allowing the attack to essentially develop here. Go ahead and zoom out a bit. All right, there's the giants. Triggers a giant, little bum. It's a wall break entry, queen. And it's all about that Sui life, especially with the Hound Loon CC. A lot of times that's just begging for the Sui Lalo. He's hoping to tag both air defenses. He's going to phaser. Really, queen, don't worry about the skellies. There we go. Takes out both air defenses, and that her mission is complete. She dies. She doesn't pop the hound. And look, notice, guys, he's going to drop archers over on the ground outside toward the edge of the base. So that way, that enemy hound doesn't get popped when his hounds pop. And those pups start, trickling around toward the garbage. Damn, look at that. That hound pulled all the traps there. Nicely done. Nicely executed. Nicely dropped. He's got the Rage Skelly for the queen. There it is. Boom. Which is always a little bit worrisome. Anytime you drop a Rage Skelly over a splash defense like a bomb tower. But you know what? Luckily those loons took it out. Skellies continued being generated. He's got 2 more hastes left, which he goes ahead and just pushes those loons through the rest of the defenses. Do a ×4 here for the cleanup. Thief, nicely executed. Sexy attack, man. Sexy attack. And then the next one was from... Oh, me. I was the next attack. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna hit pause here for a second. I wanna note. Whenever I show my attacks, I feel like I can go a little bit more in depth because I'm the one that did the attack. I ran the exact same troop comp for both of my 10v10 triples. So those of you guys out there that are new to 10v10, you want to learn, and you're good at ground. And ground's your more preferred attack method. Take note, guys. 1 golem, 33 hogs, 11 wizards, 1 archer, jump rage, 3 heals, dub poisons. I ran literally the exact same troop comp. I'm pretty certain, at least. I'm pretty certain it was both the exact same troop comp for both attacks. So the mission is just to essentially carve out a C shape in the base. I'm gonna hit play just so that way you guys can kind of see. And I went the cold-blooded route. Cold-blooded, just need a golem to soak up those defenses, allowing those wizards to establish the funnel. That's all I really needed the golem there for, just to essentially establish the funnel, because it gets chewed up alive once it starts getting into the core of the base here. But the bowlers and the royals should do their job. Their ultimate purpose in life is to take take out the enemy heroes as well as the clan castle troops, and they actually get 3 splash defenses and an X-bow and carve fantastic. Look at the pathing they carve. Essentially, it's a C shape in the base, so it leaves 3 sectors of heals, as you can see. And I release the hogs, do a 2-finger drop. Go ahead and drop a couple, like 5 hogs for this flanking mortar to keep them together, so that way they all remain within that heal spell. I actually hold on to 5 more because during the scout I knew there was a Tesla behind this archer tower, this wizard tower. Drop the next heal spell among the last of the splash building defenses, so that way when they take it out, they don't take too much damage there. Clear the wizzy, and then drop the final heal spell right there among the last of the defenses. And luckily the hogs kind of path inward. I was a little bit worried they were gonna split into the mortar and then go from the mortar to the Teslas, because that would have been no bueno. But they didn't. And as you can see, I got a lot of hogs there at the end. Plenty of hogs. I had my wizards trickling out back in during the hog run. And hell, my queen was there till the end too. So yeah, that attack panned out very nicely. Very nicely. And Jakey had a fantastic hit. Boy Jakey coming in with the Bow Witch with some healers. I guess you could technically call this a 10v10 witch slap, wouldn't it be? Because it's a Bow Witch with healers, so... Oh, I guess never mind. Queen Walk, Bow Witch. Never mind. Because a witch slap would be the healers on the witches. Okay, I got it. Never mind. Listen to me, figuring things out whilst making a video. Alright, so he's going to open up the Queen Walk. He's got 4 wall breakers, so he's actually going to try and get her in along with the main force here. Gets a wall break entry and 2 jump spells, which we're going to see the initial entry here. Boom. Nicely done. Patient. Which I like to see. Pulls the enemy CC. Now notice, guys, the Queen's health is getting kind of low. It's kind of messing with us a little bit. Drops the poison, gets the rage down, which is actually going to help pull those bowlers into the core here. Actually, I think he utilizes a heal spell right there. It's kind of hard to see with everything going on. Yeah, it looks like it because those bowlers healed up pretty quick. And then it actually helps rage those healers and keeps them running as the bowlers, the Queen, everything just starts gutting out the core here. They're kind of leading the pack into that first out of the 2 Inferno Towers. Giant Bomb does kill quite a bit of them. However, the Queen's still making it. She does still have her ability available. And notice, guys, she's got some 9 o'clock witches. Activates her phase into that Inferno Tower, which of course there's a Giant Bomb. Anytime you activate your Queen ability, there's always a Giant Bomb right next to her. That's just how it works. Takes out that final Wizard Tower, plucks that last defense in the Archer Tower, and then that's it. That's GG, boys. It was a great hit. I like seeing walks like that open up and then pan out into a Bow Witch and clearing the base for that 10v10 triple. Excellent work, Jakey. Excellent work, man. And we had Tyrant Matt. Tyrant Matt is known for some of his savage hits. Now, bear in mind, guys, this base had been attempted on a number of times. And we went from ground to air to all kinds of stuff. So he trickles in a couple hogs, goes in and takes out that Tesla, so that way the Queen doesn't quite pull that way and gets locked up under the Inferno Tower, which we've seen a bazillion times. He goes ahead and drops his king up by the 12. We're going to see a couple wall breakers. I think he rages them in. Yeah, there we go. Rages some wall breaks in. And it's kind of an interesting padding spot for him to go into the middle of that compartment there. And he goes ahead and trickles in the next layer break, which is successful in opening it up. And bear in mind, guys, he's got 4 more wall breakers, which he's going to utilize for this up top here by the air defense. Goes to poison down to help clear the enemy CC, rage over this Queen, and healers again to help, supercharge him and get him in there and take out the enemy Queen. Opens up the next layer on the outside there, the air defense. Takes out, starts gutting the core a bit, locks eyes with the enemy Queen, takes her out with ease, boom, clears the skellies, and continues mission. We're going to start seeing flight begin here momentarily, as you can see some loons being trickled in. The air defense gets dropped, and then there goes the Hound. He goes ahead and hastes those loons into that first Inferno Tower, as well as the Bomb Tower whizzies, and cycles all the way down by the 6 with flight. Rage over the core of the base right here into that final air defense. And bear in mind, guys, he's got this heal spell, which he's actually going to utilize over the 3rd Wizzy instead of the back end Wizzy. So this is going to be kind of a tight squeeze. This is where his Queen is going to have to come in. His Queen is going to have to tank this final Wizard Tower. Otherwise, we're going to expect to see a red mine and a wizard destroying a large cluster of loons. So luckily, this X-Bow is tanked up on this Queen here and not plugging away at those loons. We even see some skellies pop out over the loons, and that Wizard Tower just plugging away at them. And then the Queen redirects. Luckily, he had that break in there, allowing for the Queen to make it into that compartment with ease. Takes out that Wizard Tower. And unfortunately, the Skelly was successful in clearing those loons out, but at that point, he already had his cleanup in progress and was able to successfully 3-star the base, Matt. That was a great attack, dude. Great attack. And then we had Chad. So special shout out to Chad here. Chad actually had the 10v10 6-pack this war, guys. 10v10 6-pack this war, just like I did. And he did it early on, too. I think Chad got his 10v10 6-pack within the first, 3 hours of war. It's insane. It was insane. 2-3 hours, something like that. Alright, so it opens up with a great funnel. Trickles in some outside archers, some wizards. Got 8 bowlers, 20 hogs, a baby dragon. He's actually going to run some giants as well. So we're going to start seeing this attack progress a little bit. And boom. There's the golem. And I believe it goes just cold-blooded also. Once again, we're starting to see this utilization of golems becoming more and more prevalent. Especially with these single-point Inferno towers, we're going to see more and more giants being utilized. As you can see here, into this archer tower. He actually ends up naked walking his queen over from that 9 o'clock over to where the kill squad's meant to be at like the 7:38. They start gutting the core here. They link up with both heroes, take them out, take out the enemy CC, and start the hogs down by the 536. I think we see the first heal. Yeah, I was about to say, he comes close to almost forgetting that heal spell. It's like, oh my goodness. His hog's getting low health. Look at that. That heal kept that one hog on that expo there. This was a close attack, man. Look at the health on these hogs. This plays my emotion just a little bit too much, to be honest with you guys. One more heal spell as they make their way toward that final wizard tower. Gonna go ahead and utilize it. Nicely done, man. Nicely done. His queen is actually still alive too, as you guys can see. Wasn't quite able to grab all the skellies with that poison, but it's okay. Once he clears defenses, we're gonna do a ×4 here. They're gonna turn around and take those skellies out, and then they just continue helping out with the cleanup squad. The wizard's back in, and the archer queen and her fellow archers able to take those out. Nicely done, man. Nicely done, Chad. I think the next one was me. This is my second 10v10 this war. And like I said, guys, literally the exact same troop comp that I ran on my other 10v10. 1 golem, 33 hogs, 11 wizards, an archer, jump, rage, 3 heals, and 2 poisons. So we got squishy CC coming out, mama dragon, witch, and I think like 3 archers or something. As you can see, the kill squad makes their way into the core of the base, hoping to grab both of the enemy heroes. The clan castle troops grabs a little bit of splash damage from the wizard towers, bomb tower, whatnot. And then they essentially carve a great C shape out of this base. I probably should have swagged the last heal, but I wanted to be better safe than sorry. So I go ahead and do a 2-finger drop, because we knew there were 2 Teslas there from the scout. So I did a 2-finger drop into those. Did not quite go as planned initially, but I dropped that first heal spell as soon as they clear that area, and drop my flanking hogs over into that 9 o'clock archer tower. So that way the main force kind of stays together and all kind of soak in as much of that heal value as possible. And at this point, the base is pretty much wrecked. We're gonna do a ×4 here. Look at that, plenty of hogs. I almost didn't cut it on the look at their health on the outside bombs and stuff. A little bit worried. And the queen's still alive here. I think she actually triggers a giant bomb and then she dies. But hey, she puts in some work there toward the end. And then yeah, as you can see, plenty of hogs at the end, plenty of wizards, plenty of cleanup, and that base was wrecked. I'm telling you guys, cold-blooded hogs, just they're savage. They're savage, guys, savage. And the last and final attack was Chad with his second 10v10 triple as well on Judo's base. So we're gonna see here he drops. You know, I don't know why people running Troll Teslas at the Town Hall 10 level, but he ran Troll Tesla on that one. Plugged away with it with a single loon there. Soaks up a couple of those mines with those loonies. I think it's pretty decent value with the opening there. He's got 18 hogs, 9 bowlers, jump rage, 3 heals, dub poisons. There's the golem. I think he actually ran cold-blooded as well, because I think he ran CC hogs, if I remember correctly. We'll see. We'll see. He's still got his king on standby. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a wall breaker entry, which is kind of interesting here. Pulls a Tesla, which is going to grab a hold of that golem's attention. And what's interesting is it's essentially walking the queen from the 6 o'clock, guys. The golem's essentially leading the way for the queen to walk from the 6 all the way to where he drops that jump spell, which is going to pull the enemy clan castle troops into the court right here and allowing those bowlers to cut in. And she links up with the main force. And bear in mind, guys, she's already carved a good chunk of the base by herself. And then she links up. She's essentially walking into the kill squad, which I think is pretty cool. And she goes in and takes out the enemy queen. The hogs have started down by the 536. Gets that first heal spell out. Kind of play with my emotions a little bit with that one. They all make it their way toward that first, or I guess second inferno at that point. Triggers a giant bomb here. Gets the next heal spell out over that next sector of the base. He has one more heal on standby. As they make their way toward that final 2 wizard towers, goes ahead and triggers a giant bomb and gets the heal spell down to go ahead and take out those. Oh, look at that. Took out those skellies with the poison. Nicely done. The hogs essentially kind of cycle around like, oh, we gotta go ahead and take these out. These little guys follow me around. We do a +4 here for the cleanup. Plenty of hogs left at the end. Nicely done, man. Nicely executed. Chad. Shout out to Chad. Getting the 10v10 6-pack as well. Sexy job. Like I said, guys, like I said before, you really can't be mad. As you can see here, there's a lot of savage, fantastic attacks that occurred this war. And yes, it does suck that we got, you know, that we did take the loss. I think we performed pretty well. So let's go ahead and get that zoomed out view here. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you have not already, follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Scottoria. You can watch these wars live. I like to do my attacks live on stream. Generally, my first one I do off stream. My second one I like to do on stream. It's just kind of dependent on how tight the war is and what all's going on. In this case, I actually did both attacks off stream. Now, at Clash Scottoria is my Twitter. Make sure you guys look me up there. Make sure you guys click that like, that retweet, that follow, and see whenever I do go live and whenever I drop, you know, new videos and I don't know, just random things that occur. And if you enjoy the video, make sure you guys click that like and that subscribe button, and you can catch, you know, any more content that's going to be coming out. I'm actually going to be dropping the Skelly Donut video here soon. You saw one of the attacks that are actually going to be featured in that video, and then we have 2 more. One from Valor Morgulis versus who they verse? Forged from Steel, I think it was. We had 2 more attacks from that one that's going to be featured in it as well. Discord.gg/thekillsquad is my personal Discord server. Y'all more than welcome to join in there and just say what's up to me. We talk about different random things, different games and whatnot, and of course Clash. And also, if you're interested in being a part of the ByeForever family, we have 6 clans in the family, 3 of which are in the CWL. We have 1 in the MLCW, and we have 1 in the NDL. So if you're interested in competing at this level of warfare, I'm going to have it in the description down below. I'm going to have the recruitment server, the recruitment Discord server for ByeForever Family. If you just want to hang out in the ByeForever server as well, we have a guest role for people who want to come in. That's the family server as well as the recruitment server. Just pop in there and say hi. If you want to be recruited, let them know. You're going to have your interview, you're going to have your tryout phase, and hopefully maybe one day I can call you family. So without further ado, guys, appreciate you for hanging out tonight, and I will see you again very soon.